Hi, Erica Boucher with Empath Yoga here. I am on the Ama Kristina, which is one of the cruise ships for Ama Waterways. It's actually their latest cruise ship that they've come out with, and we are on the Rhine River. This is basically our first full day on the ship. We're still pretty jet lagged and stiff from a long flight to get here, so I thought I would just go ahead and do a short yoga for jet lag video, and so this is very impromptu, and hopefully this will come in handy for some of you at some point in your travels. So anyway, thank you for joining us. So just take a moment. We're going to sit back on the heels, sit nice and tall, and if that's not comfortable, you can cross your legs. Just sit in a comfortable cross-legged position, getting into easy pose. But I'm going to start here. You can always also roll up a towel and put it behind your knees if you need a little bit of a lift to take some pressure off of your knees. So sitting back on your heels, relax your shoulders back and down. You can let your palms rest in your lap, palms facing up. Close your eyes. And let's just take a few moments to settle into our bodies and start to cultivate the breath. Breathing deep into our bellies and letting the breath expand up into the ribs and finally all the way up into the chest and throat. And as you exhale, exhale from your chest, and then your ribs and your belly. Inhale, belly, ribs, and chest. Exhale, chest, ribs, and belly. So for starters, just simply breathing this way is going to do wonders for how you feel. The breathing relaxes us into our bodies, quiets the mind, relaxes all the systems of the body. And as a way of getting grounded, let's take a moment and come into child's pose now. So we'll do a wide-kneed child's pose. Feet together, knees wide. Sit back onto your heels. Relax your arms forward and let your forehead rest on the mat. And take several deep, relaxing breaths here. Letting your hips sink back onto your heels, letting your shoulders relax, relaxing your neck. Child's pose is a really great way to stretch out the lower back. It also helps to quiet the mind. It helps us to get grounded. And then coming up onto all fours, coming into table. So your hands are shoulder width apart, in line with your shoulders. Your knees are hip width apart, in line with your hips. And as you inhale, let your belly and your heart soften toward the earth, and then lift both ends of your spine. So you're getting a stretch in your belly. Good. As you exhale, tuck your tailbone, tuck your chin, and lift and round your back, pulling your navel in toward your spine. Inhaling up. Exhale, round. And continue moving and breathing, loosening up the spine. You can tell you this feels really good on my back right now after all of the sitting we've been doing. And then start to move around in all directions and just pay attention to what it feels like in your body, breathing into whatever you find, letting things loosen up, making friends with your body. Good. Coming back into table. Now let's step the right foot forward, all the way forward between the hands. Slide that left leg back, and then sink into the hips and breathe deeply, just feeling the hips open up and loosen up. Oftentimes this is enough to really get energy into the hips, to start feeling some energy moving there. Nice deep breathing. And then with your left hand on the mat, bring your right hand onto your right thigh and slowly twist to the right. So just pressing your right hand into your right thigh to start exploring the twist. This is probably the first one you've done today, so you want to ease into things. And then reach that right arm up. Looking up, reaching up. Feel that stretch across the chest. Good. If you want something more challenging, you can always lift the back knee and press into that back heel. Just feel your body opening up into this. As you get more and more comfortable, you can even draw that arm back more and more, really exploring the edge of the twist for yourself. Good. And then let's lower that back knee if it's lifted. Both hands back on the mat. Bring the right hand to the inside of that right foot and heel toe the foot to that right edge of your mat. And keep sinking into the hips. Maybe walk your hands to the upper left corner of your mat. Maybe you even come off the mat. And you might be able to come down onto one forearm. You might even be able to come down onto both forearms. And just breathing here, softening into the hips. Allowing yourself to have whatever opening your body is ready to have here. Good. If you want to go deeper, then go ahead and flex that right foot and then roll onto the outer edge of your right foot. And you can place your right hand on that right knee and start to straighten that right arm, getting a deeper opening in the hip. You can even look up over that right shoulder if you want. And finally, another option is to reach back with that right hand. Maybe you're able to grab a hold of that left foot. These are all options. Just find wherever your practice takes you. Just allow yourself to be there and enjoy it and breathe into it. And slowly release. And slowly walk the hands back in. And now heel toe your right foot over to that left edge of your mat, bringing that right knee forward. If this is not comfortable, you can always bring that right foot under that right hip. So this is an option as well. Sliding that left leg back. And the idea here in pigeon is to square the hips. So try not to lower onto one side. Keep the hips level, even if that hip is up off the ground. And you can walk your hands in close, lifting your heart. Draw the shoulders back and down. Nice deep breathing. If it's comfortable, you can try to interlace your fingers behind the back, opening the heart. If this is not comfortable, keep your hands on the mat. Whatever you're doing, make sure you're still breathing. That's really important. That's really the most important part of any yoga practice. Good. Slowly release the arms. Walk the hands forward. Maybe you have one fist on top of the other with your elbows out wide. Maybe your hands are flat. Maybe you can rest your forehead. This is a wonderful hip opener as well, and for anybody that suffers from sciatic pain, this is a wonderful way to release that. Good. Take a few deep, relaxing breaths. If you need more time, you can always pause the video and hang out there for a little while. Otherwise, go ahead and lower onto your right hip and just bring your left leg forward to meet your right leg. And then placing your left hand on the mat, inhale, let's reach that right arm up. And soften that left elbow and shoulder down away from your ear and reach that right arm over. And reaching into your fingertips, just breathe into the side body and allow yourself to have whatever opening you're ready to have here. Your only job is to find your edge, to honor your edge, and then to breathe into it. Good. Inhale, spiral your shoulder back, open your heart to the sky. Exhale, round forward. Inhale, up and back, opening the heart again. Exhale, rounding. And inhale. And bring your arm alongside your ear. Good, and let's come back to a neutral spine. And let's just bring the legs forward. And then inhale, we'll reach the arms up. Interlace the fingers, turn and press the palms up, stretch those arms back by your ears, maybe even behind your ears. Activate the legs by pulling back on your toes. And then as you exhale, reach forward, just go as far as you comfortably can. It doesn't have to look like mine. And then just relax into a very passive forward bend. Elbows are soft, maybe your palms are facing up, your back is rounded. And just breathe into the back of your body for a while. Remember to breathe deeply. Again, that's the most important part of any yoga practice. If it feels better, you can even bend the knees a little bit, wrap your arms around your legs, and hug your torso in close. Good. And inhale, slowly releasing. Let's just cross the legs. Come back into table. And we're going to do the same thing to the other side. Step that left foot forward. Slide that right leg back. Sink into the hips. Good. Breathing deeply. Starting just by getting the opening in the hips on this side. And then with your right hand on the mat, you can bring your left hand to your left thigh and start to introduce a twist to the other side. If you want, you can lift that left arm up. Think about broadening across the chest, drawing your shoulders down your back. If you want more of a stretch or something a little more advanced, you can lift that back knee, press into the back heel if you're feeling it. And keep exploring the twist. Just see where it wants to go without forcing anything. Always honoring our bodies. Breathing. And lower that back knee. Lower both hands to the inside of that left foot. And heel toe that left foot to that left edge of your mat. And then let's start to walk the hands to the upper right corner of the mat, or maybe even off the mat. Maybe you stay here. Maybe you come down onto one or both forearms and breathe into this, feeling an even deeper opening in the hips. Close your eyes, breathe deeply, feel whatever it is that you're feeling. Just notice, gain some new awareness of your body. Make friends with your body. If you want something deeper, maybe you bring your left hand to your left knee and flex that left foot, come to the outer edge of that left foot, starting to straighten that left arm a little bit, maybe looking up toward the sky. And you can stay here, or you can reach this left arm up and back, maybe even grab a hold of that left foot, opening your heart to the sky even more. Just keep exploring what your body's open to today. I'm definitely feeling stiff, so just kind of ease into things. And whenever you're ready, slowly release. Both hands walk back in, come back into your low lunge. Good. And now we're going to heel toe that left foot over to the other side of the mat. And again, remember you have the option of bringing your foot under that left hip if you want to. Slide that right leg back. Find that place where your hips are nice and balanced. So in other words, you're not sinking into one hip or the other, but the hips are nice and level. Walk the hands in, lift the heart, breathe deeply. And maybe this is where you stay, and that's perfect. If you want something a little more challenging, you might be able to interlace your fingers behind your back, lifting and opening the heart. If you can't breathe while you're doing it, then you probably need to back off, because remember, the breath is the most important part of any yoga practice. And then you can walk the hands forward. Maybe you have one fist on top of the other. Maybe the hands are flat. Maybe your forehead is able to rest on your hands. Take some time to breathe here, relaxing into this for as long as it feels good. Again, you can always pause this video if you want to. When you're ready, let's go ahead and walk the hands back in. And we're going to go ahead and sink onto that left hip and bring that right leg forward, kind of stacking it on top of the left leg as best we can. And then with the right hand off of the mat or over to your side, soften that right elbow and shoulder. Inhale, left arm comes up and over. And just explore the opening. Try not to judge how you feel or whatever you find. We're just kind of taking inventory of where we are, becoming aware, noticing what areas could use some love and attention. Inhale, spiral that shoulder back, open your heart to the sky. Exhale, round forward. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, forward. Again, inhale, up and back. And then exhale, open up the side body once again. Good. Inhale back to center. And this time we're going to come back onto all fours. Feet together, knees wide. Sit back on your heels. Relax back into child's pose. And maybe it feels good to kind of wiggle around inside of this and move around. Notice how it feels. Relax your forearms. So your elbows are relaxed. You can rest your forehead. Good. Let's go ahead and sit tall. Sit back on the heels. Take a few deep breaths. Again, if this is not comfortable for you, you can come into a comfortable cross-legged position. In fact, that's where I'll stay right now. So just get nice and comfortable. Sit up tall on your sits bones. Root down through your sits bones. Relaxing your hips as much as you can. Letting your shoulders stack over your hips. Good. Relaxing, breathing. Tuning back into the breath, making sure it's nice and deep and rich and full and nourishing. Let's go ahead and tuck the chin and breathe into the back of the neck. Interlace your fingers behind your back. Make sure your palms are facing toward each other. And then draw the shoulders back and down as you extend those arms back. Tucking the chin, breathing into the back of the neck. Feel the neck and shoulders releasing. Inhale, lift your chin to the sky and open up your throat. Good. Come back to a neutral spine, soften the elbows, and bring your hands to that left hip, your left hip. And then lower your left ear towards your left shoulder. Make sure both shoulders are relaxed. Maybe it feels good to make little tiny micro movements forward and back and explore what's happening in the side of your neck. Always listening to your body here. Good. Inhale back to center. Stretch those arms back. Let's bring it to the other side. And lower your right ear toward your right shoulder. Maybe little micro movements feel good as you explore and breathe. Giving permission for whatever tension you find in your neck to be released on your out breath. Good. Inhale back to center. Stretch those arms back. Good. And slowly release. So the spine moves in 6 directions, and I don't think we've moved in all 6 yet. We've done forward bends. In fact, let's do another very relaxed, passive forward bend. Good. Heel sit nice and tall. So we've done forward bends. We've done side bends from side to side. We've done twists from left to right. So what we want to do is make sure we do a little bit more of a back bend. We've done a little bit, but not much. So let's go ahead and we'll just do a very simple one because I'm still feeling pretty stiff and we're still easing back into things. So coming onto your belly, coming onto your forearms, let's set up for Sphinx. So maybe you rock back and forth through the hips, relaxing the hips and pelvis. And kind of grounding through your forearms, rooting down through your forearms. And then as you root down, also draw them toward you and let your heart expand forward, shoulders slide down your back, tucking your chin slightly so you're not compressing the back of your neck. And as you breathe, see if you can feel a stretch in your belly. And maybe it feels good to kind of move around and explore and breathe. Good. And slowly relax. Just place one hand on top of the other. Rest on your right cheek. Take a couple of really deep breaths. Relaxing your neck here. Good. Coming back to center. Let's interlace the fingers behind the back. Once again, palms facing toward each other. Draw the shoulders back and down. Lift the heart. Pressing the heart forward, pressing the hands back. If you want, you can lift your legs, activate your legs. Breathing. Notice how you feel. Like I'm noticing tension in my left lower back. I'm probably going to have to do a little more yoga to completely release that. When you're ready, slowly release. Rest on your left cheek. Breathe deeply. And let's do that one again. And maybe you want to stay in Sphinx. Maybe you're happy hanging out here, and that's perfect. Maybe you want to interlace your fingers once again. Keep exploring the opening. Maybe you lift the legs, and maybe you don't. And whenever you're ready, just relax the arms. That's feeling like enough for my lower back today. I'm just going to rest my forehead for a couple of breaths. And then placing the hands by my ribs, I'm going to push up and back, feet together, knees wide, sink back onto the heels, Coming back into child's pose. Relaxing, breathing, noticing how we feel. So I'm feeling like I want to loosen up the shoulders a little bit more. And these are some of my favorite moves for the upper back, shoulders, and neck. So go ahead and press into your left hand, and as you inhale, reach your right arm up and really expand across the chest. Spread your fingers, start to stretch that right arm back, and then as you exhale, we're going to thread the needle. So pass it through that left arm and keep going. Get that right shoulder up underneath you. Press into that left hand, reach into that right hand, explore the twist, notice where you feel this. Breathe into it, letting some space be created between your shoulder blades, maybe behind that right shoulder blade, into your neck. Breathe deeply. Pressing into that left hand, inhale, reach that right arm up.
A wonderful afternoon, ladies and gentlemen.
Exhale, lower, place the hands. Take a moment here in table. Inhale, reach your left arm up. Feel the stretch, open the heart. Exhale, pass it through. And when you're ready, inhale, reach that left arm up once again. Exhale, come back to center. Good. Feet together, knees wide. Sit back on your heels. Rest here. Whenever you're ready, you can find your way onto your back and simply relax into Shavasana, taking as long as you like here. Get nice and comfortable and relax. Drop the